Hi everyone, Nicole Clark, Family Wellness Coordinator for Shabukta Family Center. I'm creating this short video for you today to give you a few stretches that you can do at home to open up your hips and your hamstrings. This is a great practice to do, especially if you've been sitting a lot lately, like myself. So to support yourself, you may want to have a pillow and a blanket for props. And let's begin. So the first stretch that we can do to open up the hamstrings involves lengthening your legs. You can choose to sit on a pillow. My hamstrings and hips are really tight, so this just gives a little bit more room in your low back and less compression. You can also have the option of placing a rolled up blanket of sorts. The thickness of that blanket will depend on the ease of your body. To keep a soft bend in your knees, it's really up to you. I'm just going to give you the options and you can try them on and make any adjustments as you see fit. So from here you can flex your toes, pulling them back. You can inhale, lengthening your arms to the sky. And then you begin to fold forward, keeping that integrity and the length in your spine. So in yin we would round. This is a yang version. So we would keep the length in our spine. And my hands are just going to rest right alongside of me, keeping that length. You can play with the option of removing the blanket if you don't like that. Keeping, again, the length in your spine and pulling your toes back toward your shins. You can hold this stretch for as little or as long as you like. Maybe we'll take 3 more breaths together. Another full breath in. Exhale that out. And you can relax your toes, relax your legs. Roll yourself back up. You can remove the pillow if it's underneath you. You can bend your knees, taking them at least mat width, or you can take them wider if you like. When you're supporting yourself with your hands behind you, you can just windshield wipe your knees back and forth, but take the pause in between. Yeah, my hip just popped. I'm not sure if you heard that. Yeah, this just helps loosen the work you just did there. Okay. All right. A little bit more. Again, giving yourself that pause. The next pose that we can do to help lengthen the hamstrings, we would come into a standing position and it would be a forward fold ragdoll. So you can keep your feet hip width. And then you just begin to fold yourself forward, keeping your knees soft. So your knees are not meant to lock here. Bowing forward. Now, if you have blocks or books at home and you want to rest your hands on top, you can. Or you can let your hands dangle on your mat, lowering your head, or you can take opposite elbows. Feeling that stretch in your hamstrings, at the backs of your legs, and the length of your spine. Let's take 5 full breaths in. Three more. Full breath in. Exhale that out. Release. Lift up halfway. And then lift yourself up for the rest of the way. Okay. We'll come back down to a seated position for dragonfly, or a variation thereof. So again, I like to sit on my pillow, right at the very edge, and you take your legs out to a V. You don't have to be very wide. So I have to adjust my pillow. Okay. And this could be it for you. I already feel an opening in my adductors and the insides of my legs, and a little bit of a stretch in my hamstrings. And I'm hardly leaning forward. This is me sitting up tall, and this is me moving forward a little bit. You find your set point. This can be done again by inhaling your arms up and then folding forward or leaning in. Again, keeping that length in your spine. We're not rounding. And then we'll breathe. My toes are flexed again, pulling up towards my shins. Four more rounds of breath. One more. Full breath in. And exhale that out. You can relax your feet. Roll yourself back up. And you can hold those stretches longer at home. This video is more or less for demonstration purposes, so you get to choose your length of time when you're doing this work on your own. And to counter that pose again, we'll take our feet hip width or mat width and just windshield wipe back and forth. Just a few more times, taking your time for the pause. Now we'll work the hips. So come down onto your back. You can have your pillow or your blanket close by if need be. You're going to take your right foot and cross it over your left thigh for supine figure four hip release. And this could be it for you, drawing your knee away from your body. Or if you wish, you can thread your arms through, reaching for the back of your thigh. Or you can reach for your shin bone. If you're feeling a tug on your shoulders, it's not meant to be like that. So you can actually put a pillow underneath you to bring the floor closer to you to relax your shoulders. You can flex your toes in both feet if you like. Again, energetically and physically drawing your knee away. You're feeling that in your inner thigh, around where the head of your hamstring meets your glute. It's sensation, not pain. So if you're feeling pain, please back off and stop. 2 more breaths. Full breath in. And exhale that out. Releasing the pose. Now lowering your left foot down, knee bent, or your right knee bent, foot down, and crossing your left foot over. Again, this could be it for you. Just being aware of the sensation and the depth of it and how that feels in your body. Or you can do an alternate variation where again you're supporting the back of your thigh with clasped hands or reaching for your shin. 5 rounds of breath. And you might feel this more deeply in one side of your body than the other. I cross my left leg over quite a bit when I'm sitting, so I'm feeling this a lot more on this side now. And take one more full breath in. Exhale that out. And release the pose. And you can come back to those wide-kneed windshield wipers back and forth, taking a pause in between. And then either rocking yourself up to a seat or rolling over on your side coming up. And this pose next is tall dragon. So, it's a deep hip flex opener. And you might want to have a pillow or a blanket close by to support your knees. I have sensitive knees. If you don't have a pillow or a blanket, you can always just hold up your mat. So we'll come into tabletop here. And then step our right foot forward, keeping our left knee down. I'm going to use my pillow. And in this posture, we stack our shoulders on top of our hips. I like to tuck my toe for a little more stability. You can place your hands on top of your thigh, or you can keep them at your hips. Or if you have like tall water bottles or something that you can support your left and right hand along your hips with, you can do that as well. This is a deep sensation, so we're not going to be here for long. Let's just give ourselves 3 more breaths. One more full breath in. Exhale that out. Now for the counter pose, you can lengthen your right leg, drawing your sit bones back down towards your left heel. Your right toes are flexed. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then you come back into tabletop. You can just remove your prop to the side, allowing yourself time and space to get set up. Now this time, step your left foot through. Again, you can grab any prop you need to support your right knee. And coming up into tall dragon, opening the right hip flexor. And we'll take 5 rounds of breath. Two more. One more full breath in. Exhale that out. And then you can take the counter pose. Again, drawing your sit bones down towards your right heel. They don't have to touch. Flexing the toes on your left foot towards your shin. Just stretching that out through the back of your left leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. And that is it for the few stretches that you can do at home to support your hips and your hamstrings. If you have any questions, you can email me at Nicole, Nicole, @hgahfx.ca. Thank you very much. Take care and be well.